ordinary folk. But what's really nice about the pro and college athletes being able to wear these patches is that, as I said before, nothing enters the body. So it's safe for athletes. The USADA, the U.S. Anti-Doping Agency, has deemed our patches to be not in violation of any of their regulations. And that is why we have so many athletes wearing them. We have members of the NFL, the NBA, the NHL. We have Major League Baseball players wearing the patches. And the patches were even worn at the last Olympic trials. Let me give you a little bit of the history of the patches. David Schmidt is the inventor of the Lifewave energy patch. He's a brilliant scientist, and some years back he was asked to participate in a think tank developing new technologies for commercial and military applications. Well, after he developed new emergency power and oxygen systems for nuclear submarines, David was invited by another private company to contribute to the launch of the new 60-foot mini-subs that would be manned by the U.S. Navy SEALs. Now, part of David's contribution was the idea of a technology to give these men more stamina and energy without the use of drugs or harmful stimulants. Well, due to the need for more research, the Navy SEALs did not end up using this technology. However, the seed had definitely been planted in the mind of David Schmidt, and he continued his research, conducting scientific studies of the magnetic field that surrounds the human body. Now, this is where the seed for the Lifewave energy patches really began to take shape. Now, the technical name for this technology is nanotechnology. Let me explain how this works, especially with the energy patches. You wear a set of patches, a tan one and a white one. Now, these each have a different function. It could be compared to positive and negative, or yin and yang, and they're placed on corresponding sides of the body. Now, each patch is a small membrane that holds within it a patent-pending blend of amino acids, water, stabilized oxygen, and organic molecules. Now, all of these ingredients have been recognized as safe by the FDA. Now, when the materials bond together, they form nanoantennas, which vibrate in the electrical field of the body. They then imprint information on the magnetic waves that surround the body. This information then travels to the DNA, which creates protein messengers. And depending on what type of message is being sent, it will determine what effects you're going to get from these patches. Now, before I continue with the energy patch, let me talk a little bit about the Rest Quiet Sleep patch. This is an amazing patch. This is just one patch that you can wear on your temple, you can wear on the inside of your ankle. There's a couple different placements that they talk about. And you want to talk about a needed product in this world. We have 76 million in this country alone with sleeping disorders. And what's happening with the sleep patches is that it's allowing the body to increase oxygenation. It's increasing also the delta waves. Delta waves is what happens when we get into that really, really deep, restful sleep. And that's what people are experiencing with this sleep patch. And it's just phenomenal. They are waking up totally refreshed, not feeling drugged as if they had taken any type of supplement or medication for that. So it is a much needed product. And we've got it. It's fabulous. So in that particular patch, that's what's happening. Now, with the energy patches, what the signal is that's been programmed into it is that it's sending instructions to burn fat for energy, not carbohydrates or protein. Now, recent studies have shown that burning fat is anywhere from 2.5 to 2.9 times more efficient as an energy source over carbohydrates or protein. So what you will experience is solid, steady, long-lasting energy and stamina. What you will not feel is what you would feel if you had perhaps just consumed a lot of caffeine, or if you were taking ephedra. You're not going to feel hyper. You're not going to be jittery. You're not going to be unable to sleep at night. As a matter of fact, you might not feel anything at all. But the analogy that I like to use every week is actually the words of David Schmidt himself. He says, when we have a diet that's rich in protein, carbohydrates, and fats, we don't feel that food being converted into energy, but it happens nonetheless. And that's what's fabulous about this. Now, what you will notice if you are an athlete athlete, you'll notice improved performance and recuperation time. If you're not an athlete, what you'll notice is that you can simply remain active longer. You won't be getting tired at a time when normally you might be getting tired. If you have any type of, strenuous work maybe that you're not used to doing, you're not going to feel depleted from doing that. So it's really amazing. We have, we always point to athletes because we can see a real definitive comparison, but truly this product is for everybody. As I said before, Esquire magazine considered this a performance enhancer, and I really like that term, performance enhancer. And when you think about it, what is your brand of performance? And it's kind of determined maybe by the occupation that we have. Maybe you work a night shift at a hospital, or, maybe you're a cashier and you're on your feet for many, many hours at a time. Maybe you're a surgeon or a dancer or an air traffic controller, or, the list goes on and on. And in fact, we have so many single moms and dads that are wearing these patches now that are, the testimonies are just flooding in from these folks saying that, when I get home from a stressful day at work, and, a day of work and caring for the kids, at the end of the day, they have time and they have the energy to spend that quality time with their kids instead of just wanting to pass out from exhaustion when they enter the door. So it really is improving the lives of so many people that are wearing these patches. Now, the patches aren't harmful, they're not addictive, and clearly they are much safer to use than coffee or soda pop or ephedra, which truly isn't real energy at all. It's extremely damaging to the body and actually ages you prematurely. Now, we have over 4,000 doctors using and promoting these patches. We have been registered with the FDA as a Class 1 medical device. Now, please keep in mind, though, that the patches are not a substitute for proper nutrition, adequate rest, or sufficient hydration. All of these things really need to be honored, and we need to always have common sense in these areas. Now, there's one other aspect to these patches which is very cool, and that is this. There are 12 major energy pathways or meridians that surround the physical body. And when these patches are placed on different acupuncture points, they're going to open up these different meridians which may have become blocked. And there are a variety of reasons why meridians become blocked. Environmental interference is probably at the top of the list. Electrical equipment, if you live near power lines, if you work in fluorescent lighting, if you use a computer or a cell phone, all of these things let off electromagnetic frequencies which have a tendency to really undermine our own electromagnetic balance. So when you place these patches on the specific acupuncture points, these meridians are going to open up, okay? And with this is just going to come just this amazing sense of well-being, and everything is just going to be balanced out. At this time, I don't want to take any more time. I want to introduce my guest, Dr.